everybody. This is Lisa Marie with Global Fight Talk. We are here in Houston, Texas, and I have none other than Aaron Navarro. Aaron, thank you for having us, taking the time out.
My pleasure.
Now, what's the name of your gym?
This is Main Street Boxing.
Main Street Boxing. As you can tell in the background, it's an old school boxing gym, which I love, and the smell of it too.
You'll know when you open the door.
Yeah, definitely. You have so much going on in your life right now. You're a busy man, a very busy man. Now, everyone knows you as a Cutman. You travel all over the world, but you also coach as well.
Yeah, I have some fighters that train.
Yeah, and I remember you back in the days when I used to train. I fought here twice in Houston, and he used to have a girl named Tiffany Juno. She was great. What happened to her?
Well, Tiffany retired. Actually, Tiffany, a couple years after you guys talked in here, she won the WBC title. We went out to California and fought Mia St. John.
Yeah.
Right after Mia took the belt from Chrissy Martin.
Right.
We fought her at a black tie show in California and won the title. She, her next fight after that, she came home to New Orleans, which is her original hometown. Tiffany's like a region program. We'll probably talk about it, I'm sure, sometime. They came to us after Katrina.
Okay.
And so when they relocated after Katrina, they ended up here and continued their boxing career from here. They also ended up both being world champions.
Right.
But right after that, when Tiff had a first defense at Harris Casino in downtown New Orleans, and won, and then was going to continue to fight. She was actually on her and another fighter of ours on the way to a fight of Miguel Flores, and they got hit by a drunk driver, and got in a pretty bad accident, and she sustained some injury from that. Where now she's able to train and stuff, but fighting's not going to be an option for her. She had some damage to her neck and her back, which they thought would be
something she couldn't do.
Yeah, not a good idea for her to get back in the ring.
Well, she did great, and she was fighting. I mean, she won a title. She was with you guys, and I remember her from back in the day. She was a great fighter. I even got to see her fight a few times. But let's talk about Miguel Flores. I saw on your Instagram, because I do follow you, and if you go on his Instagram, you're like somewhere almost every week. You're in LA, you're just
pretty busy.
Yeah, you're in New York, you're just everywhere. So Miguel Flores is now going to be fighting Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that fight. How did that fight come along?
Well, the fight came out, Miguel, and this one's I've been working cuts, training fighters for a little over 20 years. Miguel's always going to be a little bit of a different case for me because he was when I trained his brother, before him. I've known him probably since he was about 3-4 years old, but I've been training since he was about 8. So this, getting in this fight for him and I, it's been about an 18-year, through 100 amateur fights, 25, 26 pro fights. I mean, it's just been and that's 18 years straight. That's not 18 years on and off, things like that. So it's just close to 20 years of both of our life and effort and these gyms, to get to this fight. The way the fight came about, Miguel's management is Al Heyman and Louis the Jr. And so we had an offer to us because he hadn't fought for a few months. The Heyman guys obviously signed a bunch of big contracts, Fox, Showtime, and we had an offer to take a stay busy type fight here in Houston, and then something big around the beginning of the year. When we were in the talks of that, they called me back and they said, "Hey, would you guys be interested in fighting Santa Cruz for the title within a year if we could get it done?" When I brought it to the kid, his answer was immediate. He told me, "Hey, tell him send the contract." Which, for me, and you've been in the fight game as well, there's a lot of times we present fighters with potential fights, and they have a lot of questions. And sometimes you can just feel a little, and him and I know each other so well, you can catch hesitation from something like that. I mean, as soon as I told him, his immediate answer was, "Hey, tell him to send the contract."
No doubt, if you want to.
And it's true. And in this game, especially when you've got the timing that he has, and you have like I said, the amateur and the pro, experience that he does, and you get a chance to fight for a real world title. And we know this is one because of not so much because of the belt that it is, but because of the fighter that you fight.
Right.
You know, we all know, hey, Leo Santa Cruz is one of the classiest champs out there. He's a real kid, he's a real fighter, and he's recognized with anybody in this game to be one of the, you know, if not the top guy at featherweight, he's one of the, I'm sure everybody's top 2 or 3 featherweights in the entire world. So he's a legitimate champion, and so, you know, that makes, to me, you know, that's what makes it really worth it. But yeah, Miguel jumped right on it. When they offered it to us, we kind of got things done. They said they'd keep everything, you know, under wraps until, you know, they said we're going to do a big press conference, you know, next week. They said, and then, you know, you guys can talk about it. They said, but up until then, they said, you know, and as you and I know in boxing, anything can happen.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
As soon as I come out and tell you guys about something, and then, you know, they'll call me back 2 days later and say, hey, something changed, because that's the nature of our sport.
Definitely.
You know, things are constantly changing and constantly not happening the way we want it to.
You know,
it's a huge, huge fight.
Definitely. As a coach, we were speaking earlier about what happened to one of the female fighters in tonight's card about a weight issue. But you said as a coach, you should know these things beforehand.
You should.
So, as being a title fight, you know your fighter. Is there any point in time as a coach, do you say he's not ready for this fight, whether it's a title fight or not, just because of the way he trains or just the type of person he is? Do you know that already?
Absolutely, and that's why, for one, you know, and all the boxing guys know this, the guys that are really in the gyms, training guys, and things like that, you know, you build up a relationship, and obviously, like I said, with Miguel and I have, that's a longer relationship than most people end up with when you're talking about something close to 20 years. But even like, you know, with Pablo, I got here, most of the fighters that I'm working with currently, I got 8 to 10 years plus with them, and you build up a relationship here with them in the gym, and you also get to know your fighter very well. The same way you know when they're in a fight, when they're taking punishment, oh, he's good, or hey, something doesn't look right. Maybe I need to think about stopping this fight. You also know, no, I know this kid, he's okay, you know, by the way they answer you, by what their reactions are in the ring. And it's the same thing. When you get to know your fighter, you know, and you can watch them during camp or watch what's going on, and you know, you get a pretty good idea. And believe me, as long as I've been doing it, I don't have any problems doing a plug on a fight if I don't think my guy's ready. You've known me for a long time. We win the majority of our fights, and nobody wins all of them because there is no training like that. You know, one of the better trainers in the game last night, like, hey, you know, to like, you know, anybody can, no matter how good a trainer they are and how good their fighters are and where they're at in the game, you know, this is a very rough sport and anybody can lose at any time. You know, so that being said, you know, I will never bring a guy into a fight just to do that. You know,
and you have coaches like that.
Yeah, and so in other words, and just like with this fight here, it's as big as it gets. Like I was saying earlier, we're not happy just going to the dance. You know, getting invited to the dance is great, but I'm bringing the guy to win. We know what the situation is. Like I said, Leo's a great champ, very well known. We know, hey man, this is a tune-up fight for him, and it's staying 55. We're coming on the B-side for the first time in our lives, so on and so forth. But that's not the way that we're looking at it. You know, the way that I look, hey, I'm going to do the same job we've always done. We're going to prepare 100%. And I'm only getting on that plane. I love the world title. The kid's going to finally get him a nice payday. But we're going to win the fight. We're not going just to show up and say, hey, we brought the world title. We're actually coming to win the fight. And that's the same way as if I have a kid in a 4-rounder, every 10, 12, whatever, every fight we get ready for, we get ready to win, whether we're on the A or the B side. But you know, on that point, I don't believe in I think the B side thing is right here. You know, so I've seen, you know, so I think that, you know, every dressing room that you're in should be the A side dressing, wherever you're at. But so I have no problem if my kid doesn't look good. I don't care if I make people unhappy or anything else. If I don't feel like my kid's ready to be competitive in that fight, I'll pull him out of it.
One thing about Houston is known for is their fighters. Houston have a great deal of fighters that came up who are top prospects. Just great fighters. Dallas is coming up. Dallas has Egypt. And they got Errol Spence, and he's getting ready to fight Mikey Garcia.
Booker had a great fight last night.
Booker last night won by 7th round KO. And a lot of people thought Cecile was going to win. But what is the deal with Houston and Dallas? You know, it's always been like a rivalry thing. It's almost like a friendly, but not really type thing.
You know, I don't know, cause I've never got caught up in too much of that. I mean, I know a lot of the, Dallas boxing guys, like the way we know each other over the years in San Antonio, but I always, listen, there's so many good trainers and fighters in Texas, and I've never really had too much of that, but maybe I'm just in the gym all the time.
Yeah,
I don't get involved in all, I don't get involved in that. I know good guys from all the places that we go, but you're right. Right now, especially, we're having a real good run. Here we have the Charlotte brothers. We know what they're doing. We got Regis, Booker. Spence, and a lot of good young and upcoming guys, a lot of solid fighters in San Antonio, Dallas, Houston. I mean, just good fighters from across Texas. And so whether they never want to, we never seem to quite get the recognition or the attention that a lot of the Cali guys and some of the East Coast guys give, but we're always right in there giving everybody what they get. I mean, the same way the amateurs, we get up to the national. The last few days of the tournament was always Texas, Cali, some of the Ohio guys, Paul.
They wanted to take it at the end.
That's it.
Earl Spence and Mike Garcia fight. It's finally here. Mikey's been wanting that fight for the longest time. He saw the face-off, the size.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you want to say size doesn't matter because I've seen plenty of fights. Mike Tyson, people get the smaller fighter. But
like when it happened up there with you guys with Margarito and Cutman.
Yeah, I mean the smaller
size difference there.
The size shouldn't matter. But Errol did look big, but they're not in fight camp, so he's going to look bigger.
Well,
and then what he actually is fighting at, right now he's based off of what they're walking at right now. And Mikey Garcia doesn't look like he looks like he can fight right now. What do you think about that fight? I saw Thurman in the background.
Yeah, and I happened to be at that press conference with Miguel. That's where they announced the first 4 months of the box fight for the Haney guy.
Yeah.
And for one, that press conference was unreal. There was probably 30 plus world-class fighters on one stage. I'm not sure if I've ever seen it just like that before. That in itself, Hank Thurman, the reporter, Danny Garcia, Spence, and the Charles, just a ton of guys on one stage. Looking at all the guys in person up close, there's a huge size difference between those guys. I think to me, Earl's definitely the strongest of the elite welter. I mean, he's the biggest, strongest guy in the welterweight division by far. And for me, Mikey's one of my favorite fighters out there outside of my own gym. I mean, he's just probably the most technically sound kid out there. He's a real guy, and he just showed how real he is because everybody thought he was blowing smoke. He was talking about his fight to go up two divisions and fight the kid. He didn't go up just a welterweight. He went up and fought he's fighting the guy that's the killer of the division, the biggest, strongest guy in the whole welterweight division. That alone just shows you the kind of guy that he said this at the press conference, when they were talking to him, he said, I believe in myself that much. I'm going to win this fight. I would have, the fights that I would have rather seen, that I think I would have rather saw him and Lomachenko at 135, because I think they're the same size guy, and I think it's just a tough and elite level fight.
I love Lomachenko.
Yeah, I think that's a great fight at 35, and I'd like to see Spence and Bud with the fight that I want to see at welterweight.
There was a video floating around with him and Terrence Crawford talking, and it was more like a friendly type of rivalry type
they're
thing.
Real guys. They know what's going to, I'm sure they're both willing to fight each other once the business ends up gets
Definitely.
worked out.
That's definitely a fight that I do want to see. I love Terrence Crawford. He's a beautiful boxer. EJ, he's more in your face coming in,
just unnaturally strong for that weight.
Definitely.
But the Mikey fight, like I said, skills-wise, I think Mikey probably a little better all-around fighter. But and a smaller guy, like you said, the size doesn't matter. But when the skill level is close, the really good bigger guy and the really good smaller guy, man, look, my hat's off to Mikey for taking it. And if he pulls it off, I mean, I don't think there'd be any doubt about who's on the top of the pound for pound list. They always like to talk about.
you've been on both spectrum, you know, as a coach and as a Cutman. Or, you know, what is your favorite memory of what you've been doing these last 20 years in the boxing fight?
Oh,
the most memorable fight you've been done, or the scariest fight you've been done?
Oh man, that's a question.
Yeah.
There's been so many so many of them. I could probably sit here and talk to you for 2 years about it. I mean, definitely one of my favorite moments in a good way was when Tiffany won the world title. Because I knew she had been at it a long time. It came in again, on the B side against a really well-recognized champion.
Right.
And put on a great fight and win hands down. So that was it. And like I said, when you develop a 10+ year relationship with your fighter, there's no way it doesn't get personal, at least to some point. So that was definitely one of one of my favorite moments to see her win that title, because I knew what what went into it.
Yeah.
Probably on the opposite side of that, something that we went through that you never want to was, when we lost, Miguel's brother in the NABF title fight up there in Dallas at the Black Tie Show. He was a kid that I had been with since he was a young kid. I got a long relationship with the family, and that's something that, as long as I've been in this, and I think all trainers, I don't wish that upon anyone. And that being said, just to kind of flip into to Miguel, I don't think a lot of people know his story. He was a 16, 17-year-old kid when that happened, and had about 100 amateur fights and was getting ready to turn pro when everything happened with his brother, and he made the decision to continue fighting, really against the wishes of his family and things like that, because of what happened to his brother. And him and his brother were incredibly close. And so, there's just, like I said, there's a lot more to that kid than people realize. That's why they not coming for his paycheck and look, this that being said, him getting the 5% proof has to be another thing that how long the journey's been for that kid to get to that point.
I see a couple of MMA fighters earlier that I walked in, and you had Mike, the Trick Jackson was here, and you also had the Greek.
Yeah, Mike the Greek.
Mike the Greek. Now, do you train a lot of MMA fighters?
What I do in MMA, I've had several pro MMA fighters I've worked with over the years. Mike the Greek was one of them, and in MMA, I do more hand wrapping and cut work than anything. I've done quite a bit of that, and I do work with probably right now about 5 or 6 pro MMA fighters on there, but I'm strictly a boxing stand-up guy. Yeah, I know how to stay in my lane. I've been doing boxing for a long time, and I leave the actual MMA part to the people that know what they're doing. But I work with B, who's a couple of I work with. Also, crossover, we have about 5 or 6 pro boxing, did some kickboxing and things like that. And we have a pretty active MMA kickboxing program here. It's not just classes, but a bunch of actual real fighters. Matter of fact, Derek Lewis, the one that just fought with us, he trains here, recruit Bob, and so we got to, they just come in, they come in around noon. We run the pro boxers here from about 8:30 to about 12, and then we kind of wrap up everything. We got about 20 active pros in our gym between Bobby, Regis, Miguel, Pablo, the kid you met, a bunch of, probably like I said, close to Oshaki Foster, who just won that WBC silver when he beat John Fernandez. And so we run those guys here. When they start to wind down, then the pro MMA guys come in and and do their thing. So it's a real working gym. Downstairs is a place where people train clients and
This is more like, it seems like it's a private event. You come in here, you got to know someone to come in here as you walk up the stairs. But let me ask you this before we wrap this interview up. You train a lot of guys, obviously. You train some female fighters. Who's easier to train, females or guys?
Females.
I always hear that.
Without a doubt.
Why is that?
I think there's a number of reasons, but for one, I think most girls from the time that they're young, there's never a push or a pressure to fight like there is with a lot of guys, depending on the family. Like I came from a family of five, so from a young age, guys would learn how to box, things like that. So with girls, there's not. If a girl walks into the gym and wants to fight, it's because she really wants to fight. And they're a little more open-minded. So, the girls that I worked with over the years, you tell them, hey, this out, and they just do it. A lot of the young guys, they come in there, there's somebody. They're Floyd, they're whoever their guy is, they're already their guy. And a lot of times you have to have that kind of fight, or maybe you got to fight with his dad a little bit, after the kid, tell them about, how things are going to be done. Yeah, I'm sure the guys are going to kill me out there, but it's true. So
but you're not the only one.
no, it's true. But yeah, listen, when they, just training wise and just have, I've never had a problem with girls saying, hey, we're going to do this. And they just do, hey, we need to be it this way, with the exception of the one that we were talking about. But I'm not her coach.
Right.
But, all the girls I've ever had, they just do everything, Yeah.
Aaron, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me with my fight time. You guys stay tuned. My name is Lisa Marie. This is Aaron. Aaron, I've been a fan of your work for the longest time. So it was an honor to do an interview with you, and hopefully we'll do many more. Again, you guys stay tuned. You make sure you follow us on all social media sites. We got Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Both Fight Talk.
Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. Anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress.
You don't start because of what you don't have. You don't start because you don't realize yet that the fruit of everything good in life begins with you. There's nothing easy in life, worthwhile in life. Everything is uphill that's worthwhile. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my God, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult.
We ain't talking about that one all the time. I'll tell you this, what everybody knows, and one thing is that all trainers have different philosophies. Good, but I've always been the kind of guy that I try to find out what my fighters are, what they're good at, and I kind of try to make the most out of that, and then find out what they do wrong and try to close that up as much as we can. But everybody's working with a different toolbox. That being said, there is a few things that I want out of everybody. I want good good balance, which I think is very important. And I want a good jab, but also with me and everybody that's ever worked with this, I'm really big on body. That's probably, if I want anything out of a guy, that's probably it. For me, I think one of the best ways to set up the body shot is actually off of the head. But some people don't want to go to the body because they feel like if you and I are fighting, you feel uncomfortable with it, I gotta reach a little bit, and I'm worried about getting you're trying to force it, so one of the ways that I like to especially the left hook to the body and the head, is to work the shot off of the top. And there's a couple of things down. Like a 1, 2, 3, and then you bring the shot down off of the top. And the reason that I like that is because one, even I know as fighters, as soon as you start throwing headshots, the majority of people, unless they're really well trained or experienced, are going to do what? They're going to set up a little bit. So I already created more of an opening for myself when I throw these. So when you set up a little bit, it gives you that opening, but also the thing that I like about bringing the hook on the top like that is that you know you're in position. So if you and I are working and you hit me to the head, you know you're in the right position to drop it down to the body. You don't have to think about it like when we're out here, you say, I'm too far, I'm not going to get good leverage on the shot. So, you know, the position on my end, if you land that hook to my head, and then it's right there to, so I like to work the body shot off of the top with every. Once we get done punching, another good hammer for him to get off the line. Once you land that step hook, you can always bring it down. So we do 1, 2, 3. So hard to get in there and punch, and then a lot of times we make so much miss and we take way off and then we can't hit anyone.
One thing I like to do, it reminds me, as soon as I go here,
yeah, take that little drag shot. Yeah, I like that 2 jabs on the way out. It gives you the range in the head. You either work out behind it or work back in. And the drag shot's good, and you can drop the hook right behind it too. Yeah, see? As soon as you change. You go here. There you go. Then get back on the table. Two is how we come 1, 2, 3, and we go 2 down here. Then we can switch to this other side, and then you can look. Switch up your order a little bit, but you know. Some fighters are a little smarter than they look. So when you throw something a couple of times there, and you start to pick it up. So if you switch your order just a little bit, you don't get predictable when you'll get the shot every time. So here we can go 2 here, here. Then you give me a chance to kind of reset. But if you go here and you can kind of order, the other thing you can do is like you told me how you beat the other girl. Even if you don't punch when you come in here, take your hand, just slide into it. Yeah, see? But look what happens. Like this, and when you slide in, see how I am? I'm not doing anything. So when I'm not doing anything, I'm useless. Yes, that's it.
I get you here,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So you can automatically come up. Come and switch here.
Yeah, shoot your shot. When you take that move and you even bump them off balance, see, you just keep me here, which at that time I can't do anything. And so, you know, what too many of us do is when we hear and then we give a guy room and then they just, you know, you're not going to hit him, at least just slide into him. Yeah,